Barakatuh, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yakakodash. Shalom to the 144,000 in the rest of your electorate. Shalom to you all. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, The Levites Are Eating Your Pets. And what is meant by the dragon in Revelation chapter 16. So anyway, let's start with this part of the video, or the title. This is a new poll spells very bad news for Kamala Harris as sugar high begins to end. I was watching some of the debate. You know, they're trying to say that she did pretty good and so forth. But okay, this is my second video that I clicked on, and this is trending now. You have so-called Haitians, which is a tribe, representative tribe of Levi in Springfield, Ohio. And he just kind of came out of nowhere, and they worse than the Venezuelans. They said, "Look, we'll take Venezuelans over these Haitians." You know, you got ducks in the park, and they just picking up ducks, taking the head off of it, either drinking the blood, eating it raw, or cooking it, and they're sacrificing it. And that proves that they're of the tribe of Levi, the priests, because it was a priest that sacrificed animals. But the thing is, they're sacrificing unclean animals. And you might ask yourself, this is a rumor. No, there's town meetings going on. I mean, you can this subject is trending. Let me see something. Anyway, it was covered in a debate. So what I'll do is fair use. I'm gonna mute the video. And this is a news company out of Australia, Sky News. So let's just take a listen. A journalist, so much for joining us. Let's start with the highlights of the presidential debate, including Trump's claim that migrants, which are, they're saying that the elite Haitians, are eating cats and dogs in Springfield. They're eating this. So this is Trump getting wind to this, and he's saying they're eating cats and dogs. And look at the reaction of this woman. Oh, come on. I'm gonna just say this: if she becomes the president of the United States, there will be civil war. If she becomes the president of the United States, in my opinion, spiritually, there will be a civil war, and the war will be the Republicans against the Democrats. And Republicans believe in guns. Most of them own guns. Most Democrats, they're against guns. So who you think's going to win that war? And you know, if you're wondering when 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and 2nd Ezra chapter 16 kicks in, it's here. If it tarry, wait for it. It's here. Ain't nobody thinking about if you're moving to another state. You're not thinking about moving. Cross that off the map. We're not going to Springfield, Ohio. So I mean, if you watch this video, he's talking about this subject. Springfield, they're eating the dogs and cats, the people that came in They're eating the cats. And she's laughing. She's laughing. So either they didn't give her the memo, and it's trending now, or she knows and doesn't care, and the Dems are behind it. They're going to blame it on the Democrats. This didn't happen when Trump was in office. This is the responsibility of the Dems. And Esau's getting pissed the fuck off. And they're going to do something. There will be, I see that there will be civil unrest sometime. Could be after, November 5th, November 6th. I believe November 5th is the first Tuesday. And we're not even 2 months away. We're less than 2 months away. Okay. Yep, November. Sometime it's November. November is the first Tuesday of November. So we got to see what's going to happen. Whether they're going to cancel the elections or whatever. Whether we're into experiencing martial law and civil war. Civil unrest will lead to martial law, and it's happening because certain people in the government is allowing this to happen. So let me come on back. And you got average people doing what they do every day, like they don't notice it. Now these Edomites are noticing it. They're going to the town meetings of some Jakes, and she's laughing. This debate took place last night, a couple of hours ago. It started at 9 o'clock. So this is 22 hours ago, 7:10 in the morning. So if you're an American and you have access to the news, everybody it's trending. He's saying it and she's laughing. And this is a plan to completely change America, bring people from outside to invade this place, and they're getting paid. This is the people of the U.S., America, the contiguous United States, or these United States. They're up in arms, and they're going to do something. If she becomes the prez, there will be civil unrest starting November 5th, that night. And she's laughing at like it's a joke. People that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. Then he nailed Kamala Harris. The borders are challenging her on live TV to go to the White House, wake Joe Biden up and sign a bill. Well, we haven't seen, Joe hasn't said anything in the last couple of weeks. Sign a bill to close the border. Now they're saying that there's millions. Some say 15 million. I mean, this is changing the whole country. And like I said, all you got to do is read, 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and 2nd Ezra chapter 16. And this proves that the Apocrypha, the prophetic scriptures in the Apocrypha, they're divinely inspired by the Most High, given to the prophets. So she's laughing like it's a joke, like he's just making it up, like he's a crazy person. I'm telling you, if she becomes the pres of the U.S., there will be civil unrest, and go from the Republicans against the Democrats to, so-called Europeans, Edomites against these dark nations, I'll say. And it's happening behind the scenes, because even the mayor said that of Springfield. He said, we don't know, it's just somebody controlling this shit. And the mayor was saying, we're not even getting any money to take these, the mayor of Springfield. So, this is trending now. We'll see what's going to happen in the next couple of days. Somebody will have to come out with a video. It's actually showing them picking up a duck in the swamp in the park somewhere, just picking up you go to certain areas where there's greenery and you see ducks walk by, certain suburbs and so forth. Even in cities, where the park is, like you go to Central Park, you may or may not see ducks, pigeons and so forth. So, anyway, I'm going from there to Revelation, because I received a call yesterday. I was doing a video by Elder Apostle Ramlop, and it was saying that speaking about leadership out of Dallas, Texas. And he said that, they're saying that the dragon in Revelation 16 is talking about the city-state of London. And then when I got in contact with him, they said, no, Tahar did a video on that. He said it a couple of times. So he just called to confirm it. When they said that, Tahar did a video, then he should have been at ease, but he called to confirm it. And, I said, I did say that. I did say that. So he said, okay. So that's straight. So let me just pull this up. Okay, so I'm going to pick it up from here. And I'm going to... So what I did was I typed in the word dragon. If you saw my video yesterday that I did when Apostle Ramlov had called me concerning the situation, the word dragon comes up 19 times out of 18 verses in the Old and New Testament. I write here Isaiah 27:1, referring to the beast, Esau. Okay, so let me read this. Ezekiel 29 verse 3. Speak and say, thus saith Yahweh the Most High, behold, I am against thee, Pharaoh, king of Egypt, the great dragon that lieth in the midst of his rivers, which he said, my river is mine own, and I have made it for myself. So that right here, Ezekiel is talking about the Pharaoh at that time. So now you come back to Isaiah 27, and this is talking about Esau. Job mentions the Leviathan, which is also, they call Leviathan the dragon. So now we into Revelation. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So the word dragon is interchangeable with the, sometimes it's referring to the ancient pagan Rome, and other times it's talking about now. So the controversy was over Revelation 16 and 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. Sometimes the beast is referred to as a dragon. So I said in a video 3 months ago that I explained it to Apostle Rhymelob, that yes, I did say it was a city-state London, which is you can say that these are all city-states. You can break it down that way. It says, it's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. When you read, there's no reference of this dragon being the spiritual demon Satan. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs, come out of the mouth of the dragon. So that would be the city-state of London, which the dragon 2,000 years ago was a Roman Empire. The tail in Revelation 12 is referring to Herod and his men of war. His personal army was trying to take down the child. We'll go into that, and we may open up Revelation chapter 12. So when you come across the word dragon in the book of Revelation, however many times, 10 times or whatever, let me count this again. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 times. Sometimes it's talking about the first beast. Sometimes it's talking about this current beast. And the tail, and like I said in Revelation chapter 12, is referring to Herod and his men of war. Because it wasn't the Romans looking for kill the babies 2 years. The boy, it did say babies, but it represent boy babies. Because they knew that the Messiah was going to come as a man. So they wasn't killing little girls, even though it doesn't say that. You can say, no, but it doesn't say that. But anyway, it was, you know what I'm going to do? Let me do this. Men of war. Let's see if it comes up. Men of war meaning armies. They're trained to kill. When you join the military, you're trained to kill and destroy, break shit. Let me bring it all the way up over here. Okay, Harold with his men of war. You know what I'm going to do? Let me do it this way. Matthew 2, I believe. Herod slaughters babies, which are actually boy babies. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceeding wroth and angry, and sent forth and slew all the children, or the children, in the Hebrew word there is bun, sons, that were in Bethlehem. Why? Because he knew the prophecy. He knew that the Messiah was going to come out of Bethlehem. So he didn't have to go to Judea, Jerusalem, Galilee. He didn't have to go. He just went to Bethlehem because he knew that the Messiah was coming out of Bethlehem, Judah, or the city of David, because he came out of the line. Another proof that he was the Messiah came out of the loins of David, because he came out of the city of David. And in all the coast thereof, for 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. So the wise men made him understand, and he was practicing the laws, so he knew that the Messiah was going to come out of Bethlehem. It's going to be a boy. Then will fulfill that which was spoken by Jeremiah the prophet, saying, so Jeremiah prophesied this, and it came to pass. That was Herod the Great. And he didn't. The Romans didn't. There's the Romans. No, the Romans didn't do it. It was Herod's men of war. Let me come back over here. And Herod with his, now this is one of the sons of Herod, and Herod with his men of war sent him at naught, and mocked him, the Yahushai, and arrayed him in a gorgeous robe. Another part in the scriptures and the Gospels, of the 4 Gospels, says purple. Here it says gorgeous, and sent him again to Pilate. So that's when when he was sent back to Pilate, he was already beat up. They mocked him. And it was the Romans that actually took jurisdiction and actually crucified him, which was a Roman law. So when you go back to, come back over here again. When you go back, let me do this. Okay, Herod slaughters babies. This is the tail of the dragon in Revelation chapter 12. Revelation chapter 12. The part that came against our Lord to destroy him were not the Romans. It was actually, but Herod was connected to the beast. The tail that drew, that sought to take down the 3 stars, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. That was actually the actions of Herod's men of war. So they represent the tail of the dragon. The rest of the dragon is the Roman Empire. So let's come back over here. So you can teach that it's the city-states now. This is talking about now, not 2,000 years ago, not the pagan Roman Empire. It says, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon. We know it's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. It's talking about London, the city-state of London. And out of the mouth of the beast is what? NATO and the EU. Mainly the NATO part. The NATO is the military part of the beast. The EU is the financial part of the beast, which you have EU nations that are also NATO nations. I'll give you an example. Turkey wants to join with the BRICS because Turkey wanted to be a part of the EU, but they said no because they would have to get aid. That goes into Obadiah verse 7. You know, the nation that you gave bread to, I'm merely paraphrasing, have come against you. So Turkey is coming against them because Turkey is a NATO nation, but not an EU nation. Turkey wanted to be a part of the EU wouldn't let them in. But they're part of the NATO system. So, so Turkey would be a part of the beast, but now Turkey wants to join the BRICS nations. And by the way, I believe it was J.P. Morgan Bank that set up the BRICS nations. So who really controls the BRIC nations? Esau. It says the elite of Esau. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon. You want to call it a city-state? That's the city-state of London. And out of the mouth of the beast, that's the city-state, which is D.C., and then you have the Pentagon, which is in, I believe that's Langley, Virginia. And out of the mouth of the false prophet represents what? The 3rd city-state, which is the Vatican. All these religions, Jehovah's Witness, Baptist, Methodist, Pentecostal, all of them, they're all daughter churches of the Roman Catholic Church. How do we know that? They all got the same picture of the so-called Jesus. All right? So when you break it down to give it clarity, it mentions 3. You have 3 city-states. So to break it down the right way, they were right. Them elders from Dallas, GMS, were correct. Revelation 12 verse 3, and there appeared another one in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. That's the Roman Empire. The tail of it represented the Herodian dynasty, which they were part of the Roman Empire. And it was the Romans that set them up and set up Herod to be the king of the Jews. And that's why Herod, the so-called great, he wanted the Messiah to be put to death. So he knew that the Messiah was going to come. And his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven. 3rd part of the stars of heaven represents 3 parts. Not a third, but 3 parts. It's Old English for 3 parts. Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? Let me go to the NLT. Let me do it this way. You got guys that go off here and there on the prophetic parts of the scriptures because they don't go. You got to go over it. Got to go over it over and over again. His tail swept away 1/3. It says 1/3. It represents Judah, Benjamin, Levi. 1/3 of the stars. The stars in the first verse is referring to Israel. Even the commentary, the Bible Hub, as Bishop Nate calls it. Let's go to the Bible Hub. In the sky, and he threw them down to the earth. He stood in front of the woman. The woman represents Israel. As she was about to give birth, the birth was Yahushai, because he was birthed from the nation. He was a child of Israel, ready to devour her baby To go back to Matthew, what is that? Matthew or Luke? Herod, the slaughter of the babies. That's what this is talking about. The slaughter of the babies in Bethlehem. Devour her baby as soon as it was born. She gave birth to a son. Who gave birth to a son? Israel, the nation Israel. In particular, it was Mary, which she was an Israelite. The prophecy would not be fulfilled if, Joseph never had sex with Mary because it had to be a physical seed. It was pointed. The Most High appointed Mary. The Most High appointed Mary to give birth to that seed, and she was from the tribe of Judah. So Joseph was from the tribe of Judah, and Mary was from the tribe of Judah. Is to rule all nations with and rod of iron. Didn't it say we're gonna have a rod of iron too? With joint ears. And her child was snatched away from the dragon and was caught up to the Most High, which is the Father, and to his throne. So did the dragon kill the child? Yes. But the child came back. That's why they said go and put guards there to make sure nobody comes in and takes the body and said he rose. So you go into that part of the scriptures. So it says here, the dragon did put the Lord to death, but the Lord rose back again and was taken up. Acts 1, taken up into heaven in the cloud, coming back in a cloud, which is a UFO. It's not coming back in a white horse or a mountain. So the dragon, which is the Roman Empire, couldn't like he pulled a fast one on him, let's say. And the woman fled into the wilderness. Mary didn't flee into the wilderness. Israelites, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and some of the other tribes from the northern kingdom. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where the Most High had prepared a place to care for her for 1,260 days. The place is America. They went into the wilderness, into a place. Okay. So now let's come back over here. For to devour the child as soon as it was born. So which part of the dragon did that? Herod. Wasn't the Romans. It was Herod. Now the Roman Catholic institution says that the woman with the 12 stars, the crown of 12 stars, the moon and the sun under her feet and all this moon under her feet, they say it's talking about the Roman Catholic Church. It's not talking about the Roman Catholic Church. It's talking about the Israelites. All the Israelites. 7th verse. And there was war in heaven, Michael and his angels. Who's going to be in front of Michael? Yahweh Shai. Michael's going to be second in command. Fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. Now you got people in church. Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? Let me do this. Show you that these scholars don't, when it comes to the prophecies, they go off on a lot of them. Okay, how am I going to, let me do this. Let me do this here. I'll do it this way. Do it this way. Bear me for a minute. Paste. Commentary. Oh, so you can know Bishop Nathaniel, he goes into a commentary like we go. But there's all kind of commentaries. BibleRef.com, Alliance Bible Fellowship. These are all commentaries. Commentary. Christian Library, also commentary. Oxford Academy, which is a commentary. Bible Study Tools. He could have went to Enduring World Commentary, which I went to that. But somehow I stick with the Bible Hub, and I mostly go to the Cambridge because it's normally the shortest. Now watch how they break it down. They call it hermeneutics. Okay. I want to see if I can find the Cambridge. Down here. So let's see what they say about this. The war in heaven. There was war in heaven. This must refer to an event subsequent to the incarnation, not therefore to the fall of the angels. See, they went off on that as readers of Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, is an actual book, and I believe that's the book is written by what do you call them people? Latter-day Saints, if I'm not mistaken. I read you can Google it and go Satan Fall Paradise Lost from that book. So when the churches teach you, oh, Satan had a war in heaven, that's in this book, not in the scriptures. Apt to assume Milton may have been justified in using the description as illustrating and suggesting what may be supposed to have happened then. So they're saying that war in heaven already happened. You know, it says, but we must not identify the two. Michael, the two latter passages seem to tell us that he is the special patron or guardian angel of the people, of the people of Israel. Daniel 12:1. And it may be in that chapter that he is introduced there. His angel. He is called the archangel. The angels are his, as well as the angels of the Lord. King fought. Apparently the right reading is to fight. The sense in there was war in heaven, so that Michael and his angels made war with the dragon, going forth to war. So they don't understand. This is something that's going to happen in the sky when Yahushua come back with the angels. Second in command will be Michael with an innumerable amount of angels, and they're going to come destroy Babylon the Great, and the majority of the elect are coming out of America. So now let me come back over here. And the dragon was cast out. See, the demons went, and the demons broke away from the Lord, and they was righteous at one time, and they become wicked. No, this is something that's getting ready to happen, and this dragon is not talking about a spiritual demon, Satan. It's clearly talking about, if your spiritual eyes are open, if you have that eye south, it's clearly talking about It's clearly talking about Esau. It's clearly talking about NATO and the NATO nations, America, Canada, and the rest of Germany, Great Britain. Great Britain used to be an EU member and a NATO member. They're no longer EU members. They're now NATO. They're part of NATO. They're still part of NATO. But they're going to shoot missiles on Babylon. Something's going to happen where they're going to wind up shooting missiles on Babylon. It says because the Most High put in their heart to do so. And them being cast out of heaven is talking about out there in space, inside of the firmament or the ozone and outside the ozone. And when the dragon saw that he was cast onto the earth, he persecuted the woman, which brought forth the man-child, and the earth helped the woman, because they're planning on taking us out, and the earth, now you got to go to Revelation 20 verse 7. All this stuff that I'm reading about right here, Revelation 12, Revelation 20 and 7 is going to take place at the same time. They're not going to rule. Don't listen to them knuckleheads, Hakar and Hassad and Bishop Nate. Don't listen to them. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And Nate said after 1,000 years, God is going to regroup and they're going to come get us. When we got spiritual power, when we're going to have the powers, we're going to have more powers than Yahushua. Yeah, that's right, I said that. We're going to have more powers than Yahushua had when he was on the earth 2,000 some odd years ago. How do I know that? Because he said it. He said, the things that I do, ye shall do in greater. So what was he saying? All the power that you see, you're going to have more power than that. And he did so many things as far as spiritual, spiritual power, we call it. He did so many things that you couldn't even write it. If you wrote it in books, the world could not contain it. He did a lot of things that they don't even talk about. His mother knew that he had the spiritual power. That's why you think she said, take this water and turn it into wine. Because she said, I got a special child. You got this term that's called indigo children. You should look that up. They're like special children. This is what the X-Men was all about. They had a special school to hone your skills of the different spiritual power that you had. But somebody had the spirit of fire. Somebody had the spirit of, anything that's made out of metal, control it. That was, what was his name? The main guy. You had Dr. Xavier, and you had Magneto. Well, guess what? We're going to have all this power, the powers of all of them, and then some. So how in the hell is God is going to get us? So then Nate is wrong, and Hassad and Hakar is wrong. And then he's going to go to the camp. I got a question. Because, look, nigga, we already answered it, man. And you got that from the head of Sakari. It says, and another thing you got wrong is Revelation chapter 8. Revelation chapter 8 is not talking about the Spanish-American War. Okay? And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood, which the dragon cast out of his mouth. The flood represents the armies. The flood, but ultimately, 70 AD, the Roman armies came against us. At the same time, you had the tail, which was Herod's men of war. Read the history on it. You had Herod's men of war fighting side by side with the Romans against the Israelites in 70 AD. And the Lord said in prophecy, when you see the abomination that maketh desolate, go into the holy place and flee into the mountains. And we fled all over the place. Fled all up in Europe because we had relatives up there. We fled into Africa. Yahushua fled into Africa. You had a big contingent, I guess you can call it, Israelites that that was the biggest group that came out of Israel for the Passover and the 3 high holy days, Deuteronomy 16 and 16. The biggest group that people noticed was the Israelites in Alexandria, Egypt. So that's where Joseph and Mary fled to, Egypt, because they were among Israelites. And the Romans couldn't mess with them. Remember, the Romans tried to take the Carthaginian Empire from Hannibal Barca's father, and every time they went, they got defeated. Now, what happened to Hannibal? He got defeated because of that, the weather. He wasn't used to the weather. His top men died on the way over there. But and the reason why that happened was the Roman Empire had to keep going. The Most High intervened. But that was a Carthaginian, Hannibal Barca. He was a fierce warrior. He was like another Maccabees, Judas Maccabees. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of a seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. That was back then, because didn't they kill the disciples except for John? They beheaded Paul. They hung Peter upside down. I believe Philip, they bashed him in the back of the head. I mean, that's in your history books. Okay, so now, Revelation 13 and 2. And the beast. So anytime you come across the word dragon, anywhere in the scriptures, it has nothing to do with the spiritual demon Satan. It's talking about Esau, or like Pharaoh. Pharaoh was called a dragon. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were like the feet of a bear. Leopard represents Greeks. Bear represents Russia. Russia's gonna bring this place down. Russia are Edomites, just like the rest of the beast members, but they never got together. Roman Empire, you got clowns saying, let's name the 7 heads. Rome, France, Spain, Germany. And then they'll say Russia. Russia wasn't even around at that time. Russia came on the scene, if you want to put an exact date on it, 865 AD. That was long after Esau fell. You feel me? Let me see. Okay, it says bear in the mouth, as the mouth of a lion. The mouth of the lion, which is London, England. All right. And the dragon gave him his power. It's not talking about Satan. It's talking about the power that the Most High gave them to be on top. And this dragon, that's talking about Satan. No, it ain't talking about Satan. Even though Satan's working with him, that's not talking about Satan. Gave him his power and his seat and great authority. And they worshiped the dragon. They wasn't worshiping Satan. It says, and they worshiped the dragon which gave power unto the beast. So that dragon's pagan Roman Empire, ancient Roman Empire. And they worship the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, which is interchangeable. Rome is also known as a beast, also known as a dragon. We read that in Revelation 12. Who is able to make war with him. So this is the rebirth of the dragon. Deadly wound was healed. When did the deadly wound get healed? During the time when they came up after the 1,000 years. Revelation 20. And I beheld another beast come out of the earth, and had 2 horns like a lamb, and spake as a dragon. What is that talking about? Babylon the Great. Came up, we're free, and we're going to do the right thing by the people. And they did the exact opposite. Revelation 16 and 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon. To hit the point, that's talking about the city-state of London. That's the financial part. If you dealing with the finances, which Rothschild said that? Somebody help me out. It says, give me a nation's money, and I care not who makes the laws. What does that mean? Meaning, you tell them the laws that they got to make. You say, well, look, I want you to make a law for this which benefits you, and if you say no, what you do is you weaken the money supply. So now they're coming at you, on bended knee, begging for extra money, and then you say, okay, you're gonna get extra money, but you got to pass this law. So these laws are passed for the benefit of them. So the city-state of London, they tell the Vatican what they can do and can't do. The beast, what they do and can't do. The city-state of London, the financial part of the beast, they can completely destroy America, man, on a financial level. And that's happening now. This whole thing about inflation, I'm not going to tell you what it means. You should know. It says, and out of the mouth of the beast, that's the Pentagon, or that's D.C. That's D.C. The whole of D.C. is centered around war. They're the ones that always go into war. Anytime there's a war, this beast is behind it. And out of the mouth of the what? Of the false prophet, represents Catholic Church, all the other churches that stem from the Catholic Church. I don't care if you're a Calvinist, a Protestant, Baptist, Methodist, Jehovah's Witness, Seventh-day Adventist. You all came out of the Roman Catholic Church. You're all a bunch of Reformed Roman Catholics. Last precept, Revelation 20 and 2. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent. Again, this is not talking about the spiritual demon Satan, which is the devil. He's also known as, it's talking about the physical counterpart, not the spiritual demon Satan. And Satan, which means enemy, adversary, and bound him 1,000 years. That already took place. So with that, I'm going to say shalom. On to the next one. Shalom.